first question is, what do you see the major challenges to be for humanity in the next decades?
Well, humanity's next decades are basically full of challenges at a planetary as well as a local scale. And the list is unfortunately too well known. It's climate change, it's biological diversity loss, it's finding jobs for 1 billion young people who don't have jobs. It's managing a transition from a world where we could allow everything to keep happening on automatic pilot to where we have to basically take hold of every system on the planet, from ecosystems to social systems, and manage them differently, transform them so that they'll work for 9 or 10 billion people on a small crowded planet.
And what skills or capacities do we need to develop in order to meet these challenges?
Extremely wide range of skills are necessary, from technical, scientific, economic, business skills to soft skills, as they call people skills. Learning how to work with people to facilitate change, to facilitate consensus building, to deal with change. Those skills are pretty well known. Perhaps the ones that are less well talked about are the emotional skills of dealing with watching things that you love disappear, and the struggle that's involved in trying to maintain your energy while you try to change that. That requires a certain emotional capacity and striving after maturity that we tend not to look at when we look at the technical and other kinds of changes that are necessary. We need all of that.
What is the role of youth in the world today?
To be young. Youth need to first and foremost be young and enjoy being young. But as they're gathering skills, then they need to be engines of change, as they have always been throughout the entirety of human evolution. You know, the ideas may come from individual minds here and there that are many different ages, but the movement to create change almost always comes from, first and foremost, the young. So that willingness to step up and be leaders and change agents and motivators and followers to make the change happen, that's maybe the biggest challenge.
What gives you hope for the future?
Young people give me hope for the future. That's an easy one. I mean, as I move through my middle years now, and I can look back on 30 years of trying to work on these issues, and I look 30 years ahead to my friends who are in their 80s. And, you know, some of my friends who are in their 80s are still hopeful. Others aren't, but all the ones who are in their 20s that I know are still working very hard. And it's that combination of youth and the incredible explosion of new ideas that I see happening around me all the time. The speed of change gives me hope.
And then the last question, it's a little bit a different one. Imagine being dropped on a deserted island with only one thing you would be allowed to take. What would it be and why?
Only one thing?
Yeah.
Does my family count? Except that I wouldn't want to take them there if they were going to suffer on this deserted island for the rest of their lives.
Only one thing.
One object?
Yes.
Can I be very creative with the object?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I can't take anything that's battery powered. So, but maybe if I could make it all one system, I'd want to have some kind of electronic reader with a solar panel and battery kit so that I could at least read books for the rest of my life in solitude, because that's where I get a tremendous amount of joy, is from reading.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.